Thanks for joining us for the program today. My name is Gbenga Arulegba, and of course, the program is Jigsaw. You already know what we are looking at. The campaigns formally became official. INEC timetable for the 2023 general election, of course, got to that point. So from now on, political parties, candidates, and all of them are free to canvass for votes. This is the first time we will be having this long period of campaign before the elections. So today, we'll be looking at what all of this portend, particularly the place of Nigerian youth in all of this. I have joining me Dr. Utchay Odims. Good to have you with us.
So nice to meet you, sir. It's my pleasure.
Thank you so much. Like I said, the lead is off officially. And what this means also is that because campaigns never stopped anyway, but from now on, what we probably have is that the gloves are also probably off. So we'll be fighting bare knuckles now. And you know that could be more painful. Yes, when you fight bare knuckles, blood are bound to be shed or spilled. But then we're talking of a period of a process that doesn't allow that. How do we ensure that?
Okay, thank you, sir. It's so nice to be on your platform. According to you, you said every commencement of the campaign has started.
Yes, and from now on till election, anything you say in the name of campaign, or anything you do in the name of campaign will be seriously scrutinized. And if they fall short of the law?
Yeah, first of all, I want to thank INEC for actually allowing this long period, because the problem that we are suffering from in Nigeria is very long. In fact, God bless them. If it was something like 1 month, that wouldn't have been good. There's enough time. So anybody that votes this particular time or this particular election cycle, anybody that puts in his vote knows that it's his own decision. There's enough time to conscientize. There's enough time for you to consult, whether spiritual consultation, normal consultation, village consultation. So there's enough time. So if Nigeria fails, it's the collective failure of the young people and even the adults. So this time around, no excuse. We have a long time. In fact, I'm sure that some people will campaign and get tired. Some people might probably do 2 or 3 times and all. So INEC, I congratulate Professor for doing a good job for allowing this long period of campaign, so that Nigerians will know that we're on a long thing this period, for us to make a very decisive decision to go for competence and to go for a credible leader. Mark the word in capital letter, a credible leader that will deliver the Nigeria of our dreams. So very important.
If there are issues people are not clear about any candidate, you have ample time to check.
Yes, sir. Yes,
if somebody had made some promises that you think are not achievable, you have ample time to interrogate. And if somebody is making claims that sound bogus, you have ample time to interrogate. But it's also a period long enough for everything or for so many things to go wrong as well. I mean,
you're right.
It's a period not for so many things to go wrong.
You're right. That's why we've actually started this campaign for some time. We've done a whole lot. Our project called the National Youth Summit, where we gather young people in stadiums and the rest of it, and also the Democracy Youth Roundtable. We've taken our time to talk to the young people. Like for some weeks now, we've been on having interviews, talking to them, conscientizing them that this election should not be an election of vote buying. Don't allow anybody buy your vote. If somebody buys your vote, the person has bought your destiny. In fact, that's how I put it. Buying of vote equals to destiny buying. If God has planned that you're going to be a multi-millionaire in the next 10 years and you go and sell your vote, be rest assured that you end up in the village. Because even right now in Nigeria, there's no money to share. Nigeria right now is very, very poor. So for a young man, if he's an old man that probably is like 90 years, he can go ahead and sell his vote. But for any young man that knows exactly, sir. Transit lounge, I like that. If you know that you have a future ahead of you, and you know that Nigeria is your country, and you don't have multiple passports, and your papa no be billionaire, your papa no be millionaire, you are hustling, my guy, don't collect 10K or 50K. So, in fact, we equated it to this. Last interview that I had, I was telling the young people that anybody that comes to buy your vote, see the person as a native doctor sent by the devil to collect your destiny. What should you do? Run for your life. Don't collect any money for anybody. Because 10K, how long will it last you? With the current situation of the country right now, it would do absolutely nothing for you. Vote for your conscience. And if anybody comes to instigate you and pay you money to get involved in electoral violence, you do, at the end of the day, God forbid, you now die. If you die, heaven will not accept you. Hellfire will not accept you. You hang in between and the rest of it. Because why? You are not on a just cause. So they're not going to accept you.
That's not
that's
possible.
the truth.
That's not possible.
No,
there are just two options.
You know,
whether you go the left or you go the right.
Okay, know why I'm saying this, sir? There's a comedian that says something. He said with the way some people have lived their life in Nigeria, especially that political elites, some of them that are very corrupt and the rest of it, he made a statement. He said that some of them, when they sentence them to hellfire, devil will come out and say, God, I can't accept this guy. The crime he has committed is too much. The devil will give him firewood and matches to go and start his hellfire somewhere. That's what I meant by that, because the level of crime is too much. It's like night and day. It's a decision to make. Nigerians know the truth. So there's enough time in case you say you don't know. This is not a time to vote on the grounds of tribal sentiment. I am Igbo, I am Hausa, I am Yoruba, I'm from the South, I'm from Benue. You don't need that right now. You don't need that.
Nigeria.
This is not the time to vote on the grounds of politics. I am from APC, Labour Party, PDP, NMPP, whatever, any party at all. No, this is a time to vote for your conscience. It's not a time for religion. Christian, Muslim, atheist, whatever. It's a time for you to decide, because Nigeria is at the brink of a major decision, which I know that the young people has the voting power. They have it. They have almost about 80%, the voting power and the voting strength to decide the future of our country. So it's our future that we are deciding, and we are not laughing about it at all.
For the first time, INEC says it's making preparations for about 90 million voters.
Impressive.
90 million voters. That's huge.
Very huge, sir.
That voting population alone is like the population of some 3-4 countries in Africa put together. That's just those who have, reached the voting age in Nigeria. We're not talking about those who are not within the age voting bracket. Now, a lot of people have described that the 2023 elections as the real make or mar point for Nigeria. And it's an election like no other. Isn't there something ominous about this? Because when you describe a situation as a make or mar point, an election like no other, it gives cause for worry.
Yeah, it gives cause for worry. Actually, everybody should worry. I mean, it's not funny. I mean, like about, let's say, like 2 years ago from now, if you have $1 million naira, you can comfortably say, okay, before 2015, 2014, even as at 2-3 years, 1 million naira.
Yeah, you can
but right now, sir,
a middle class.
Right now, sir, the 1 million naira is equivalent to like 400K. Everything is on the high. Everything.
But by the time you attend to family needs,
everything. Accommodation on the high, foodstuffs on the high. So it's pinching everybody. Let me give you an instance. I bought a compressor for my vehicle, one of my vehicles, Toyota vehicle. The compressor.
One of your vehicles, sir?
Yes, my vehicle, sir. Yeah, I'm into the logistic business.
Okay. So, I just want people to know that.
No.
Upper class.
Yes, sir. No, I'm not. Okay, sir. So I bought a compressor for the vehicle as at that was January. Yeah. The compressor I bought was for 45,000 naira. I came back again to buy compressor for the same type of vehicle in June. Okay. So you can't believe it. It was going for 110,000.
From 40.
One lie to a lie. In Ladipo, 110,000. I was like, God, what is ice cream? I was like, my friend I bought the other day. The same person. He said, now dollar, whatever. And it's the truth. Everything on the high. Yeah. So it's...
Except that it's not peculiar to Nigeria. Inflation, the current inflation trend is not peculiar to Nigeria. What has accentuated our own homemade problems that have now made our own situation worse than other places. But the trend generally is that the entire global economy is witnessing a lot of.
Yeah, but the advantage of such of other economies and other countries is that there's a lot of cushion.
Yeah,
like for instance,
in our own case, our situation is compounded by the fact that, for instance, everything we have to live on are still imported.
Yeah,
everything is imported from fear that is driving the economy.
Yes, sir.
everything is important.
So even you as you are now, almost everything you have in is foreign. Everything is important. Your resource is foreign, sir. It's not for your village. The clip I use is foreign. Me, almost everything. Everything.
So that is what is making.
Yeah, we are practically buying every single thing. This thing you said right now. I was invited to speak in a conference in Texas. That was like about a month, and I went to Texas to speak. And amazingly, sir, you can't believe this. Do you know? In the country, they are talking about there's inflation. Of course, there's inflation, but they have stimulus.
Yeah.
There's a lot of money. My friend was telling me, he said, guy, if you are here, you can apply and get $150,000.
Yeah, that's the government that is generating money.
Yeah.
Your own government is even borrowing to service
that is the problem.
So,
that's the problem. And there are a lot of amenities that are available. You have the train stations available. You have access to education. Of course, you don't need to pay for education. You pay when you start earning the money. You have access to a lot of the free education and all. But Nigeria is the only country you pay for your water, you pay for your light, you pay for your road, you pay for your own security.
It's not the only country.
No, I mean the biggest.
Compared with the resources that we have to make life easy for ourselves.
So can I say something? We have no business being poor.
That's what I'm saying. Now compare with the resources that we have.
Yeah, exactly. The resources that they told us we have. That's two different things. They told us that we have. Because this country has no business with poverty. We have crossed the threshold of poverty. So only Nigeria is one country. Only Nigeria. That one, I know you won't, you cannot attack me on that one or for me to defend. Let me say something, categorically, sir. Nigeria is the only country where you have the very rich people.
And the extremely poor.
And the extremely poor. Only in this country. Where you have, and when they are talking, that's why in the foreign international communities, when I even have some discourse and some people we are talking on economy and whatever, they make statements like, Dr. Uche, forget it. Your country is wealthy. Yes, that's what they tell me. Your country is wealthy. That you know are the top richest men in the world are from Nigeria. And you're like, what is going on? What is going on? That's why I keep wondering the kind of system that we want to, because whether you like, you have all the private jet, you have the helicopter, you are not going to remain in the air. You will come down to meet the same people that you've impoverished. And we are constantly in touch with the young people. I am constantly in touch. Sir, do you know that almost every day I get nothing less than, if I'm not mistaken, nothing less than, okay, let me be moderate, about 10 messages for money. My family, hunger, my whatever, different people from church, from people that it's terrible. And I'm like, God, please do something. Help us in Nigeria. People that you never expect that they are going to ask you for money. They are broke. There are many people that are packaging, wearing suits that are broke right now. Because why? The economy has stifled them, and that is the problem where we are. It's a quagmire. We need help.
That is why the 2023 election, on one hand, is extremely important.
Very important.
Yeah, but for things not to go wrong, what do you see as the areas that we should flag as potential danger points? The things that you think are potential danger points that we should avoid. I had to say something, and I think we could identify some of these as the areas we should flag. Religion, for instance.
Yes, sir. Very important, yeah.
Of course, then ethnic sentiments and all of that. Oh, you don't belong here. If you want to stay here, you have to vote in this direction. Or it is our turn. No other person who's not from this side should come here and campaign and things like that. I'd like you to just speak it up from there.
Yeah, it's actually like you said, it's very, very important. Especially the one of ethnic sentiment. Ethnic sentiment.
Because you also you go to social media, you see people posting all manners of things. Only so person or this person will be allowed to come and campaign in our region.
That's very wrong. That's extremely very wrong. Nigeria belongs to us. Everybody
and you see religious leaders also preaching the same thing.
That's the thing. Yeah. So the religious leaders should stay on the issues. That's it. Should stay on the issue. But that does not mean that you don't have a right to vote who you want to vote for. But stay on the issues and allow anybody that's attending your church or your mosque that want to vote for anybody, there should be freedom of association. It's not by force. Election is not a do or die affair. Those are the common things that we need to play down. That's why the fact that Nigeria, we must get it right. We shouldn't make it a do or die affair, especially the people that are playing ethnic card. It's not going to help us.
And religion.
And religious card. And political party card. This time around, I want to plead to Nigerian youth. If you are a member of NNPP, if you are a member of PDP, and if you are a member of APC, and you are a member of Labour Party, and you see anybody in another party that is doing it well, my brother, go and vote for that person. Forget about your party. Forget about your party. Who party help? There's a popular saying in Nigeria that who you help, who party help. Forget about that stuff, about whatever. This is about your life, it's about your future. Yeah, and I see something, Uncle Gbenga, I see something in this election. There will be a lot of betrayal, so-called betrayal. And on this election, betrayal is accepted. Young people betray. Anybody you see that is doing it right, that is competent, that meets up, betray every other person. In fact, even betray your village chief self. Anybody you see, betray, because your future we are talking about. Who has community, say, okay, I'm from this community, who has he helped? Yeah. We are talking about a country. Outside the country, you can go to the bank and tell them, see, I am somebody that's an entrepreneur. I started this business, and right now I started with $1,000. Right now, I've grown it up to $10,000. I need some loan to boost my business. And sir, you don't need to know anybody. You don't need to know the governor. They will look at your records and give you the money. In Nigeria, no way. No way. It's about who you know, how you take know the person and the rest of it. So one in Nigeria, whereby people, we get things by merit. By merit. So merit should be the emphasis in Nigeria, because all these things that have been a problem has not helped anybody over the years. So Nigerian youth, we got to be wise. That's why I made up my mind. Say this time around, we must be wise. We must vote right. I was giving an illustration. You cannot come to my farmland. I have a farmland, 2 acres of land and all, and I employ you to come and work. Your name is Joe, and my name is Mr. Ken. And only for you to come in to work in my farm with all the mineral resources there. I employ you to weed the grass with your people, with a lot of people, and you are the one in charge. Only for me, 48 hours later, you turn around and tell me, Mr. Joe, go and clear the grass. Are you okay? I'm your boss. I'm the one paying you salary. That has been the narrative of Nigeria. Nigeria belongs to us. The money that the political class used to fly private jet is our money. The house that you are staying, we pay for that house. The fuel you buy,
but that's what the law says.
That's what it is.
That sovereignty belongs to the people.
Yes, it belongs to us.
The government is only exercising that sovereignty on our behalf.
Exactly. So anybody that is coming into power this time around, is either you partner with the young people that have the voting power, we are the one that have the bargaining strength, or forget about it.
All right. So much to talk about, particularly on the issue of campaigns. But when you talk about youth, I'm just wondering how the youth we be speaking with one voice, which is impossible, because the political parties are campaigning for votes, and each political party is putting out its own candidate and all of that. And you have Nigerian youths divided across these political parties. And I'm just wondering whether you also cannot do some of these things you talk about without it resulting to violence. Isn't it possible?
Okay, sir.
For example, if I'm a youth, and I believe that, say, PDP is where my heart lies, as a youth, can't I project that without a fellow youth?
Of course, that's what we're talking about.
For either Labour Party or APC or MPP, see me as an enemy.
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense. That's what we're even canvassing for. That's what this program is all about. Is it
possible?
It's possible. It's just to keep conscientizing them and sensitizing them.
Because when you say youth should speak with one voice, it then means that you want to aggregate all of the voices of the youth into supporting just one.
No, not at all. The one voice we are talking about is this. Okay, what is plaguing us? Number one, insecurity. Insecurity does not know political party. It affects PDP, affects everybody. We are all suffering it. What is affecting us? Unemployment and the poverty now is now poverty, highest level of poverty. It's affecting everybody across board. First of all, that's why we are doing this program. Let's look at the issues. What is affecting us? Poverty, insecurity, poor infrastructure, poor health infrastructure, poor educational infrastructure. Look at, they're on strike. I mean, talking about the students and all the rest of it. Being on strike for almost going to a year right now. Does those problems know anything about political party? No. We all have a common issue affecting us, plaguing us. So can we all come together and decide that anybody that is going to rule us moving forward will be somebody that we have observed to profess solution, somebody that has the capacity to profess solution to all these problems. So that's what this stuff is all about. In fact, it's more or less like a unity platform for the young people. We are not for
how
anybody.
Do we therefore mobilize youth in such a way that the conscientization we need is for them to listen to the candidates first. Listen to the candidates and then ask questions based on your own expectation. Rather than just assume that, oh, this person, because this person is from this form of political party, this political party has done it in the past, we don't want them. Or this political party promised this, it didn't do it, we don't want them. Instead of looking at the individuals and interrogating them based on what we want. How then would you advise youths to, arrange themselves in such a way that this is able to happen? Like we said, there's a long period for campaign, 6 months or so. And I expect that any serious person who wants to rule this country should be able to visit more than half of the local governments that we have in Nigeria. 776 or 74 local governments, that we have. Any serious person who wants to rule this country should be able to, at least within a period of 6 months, visit at least half of these local governments and know the problem. Isn't there where those youths should arrange themselves to meet those candidates where they come and let them know that what we think is the problem of this place is not the problem. We are here. This is the problem of this place.
That's part of what we're doing. Like, there are some people that are perpetrators of evil. We want to identify the issue. So when you see such people come up under labor, somebody come and start talking negative things against APC and whatever, we want the person, my friend, calm down, stay on the issue. Somebody from APC rising up against Labour, against PDP, or from PDP, like, we say, no, stop. This is not what we want. We want issue-based campaign. We want, after this whole campaign, after the election, we can shake our hands together. Say, my brother, you try. You tried. My guy, you are very intelligent. Look at the political class. When it comes to, they can say anything they want to say. But after that whole stuff they are doing, you see them having dinner, shaking their hands, hugging themselves. Come on, young people, wake up. That's what has affected us.
So the Nigerian youth decide is not a centrist movement.
No, 100% for everybody.
Dissolve to the grassroots.
Everybody.
And go and wait there for the candidates. Whenever their campaign trails come,
exactly,
they will be there.
Exactly, We're conscientizing the youths.
Conscientize them. And then, of course, for them to formulate the issues to sell to the candidates.
And do the right thing. Very, very important.
Okay, we'll come back. We'll come look at the danger points and what we need to watch out for. My mind is on the role social media has been playing and is likely to also play during this campaign period, and how to avoid that very dangerous point. Right, let's go on a quick break. The program is Jigsaw. We're looking at the campaigns, long campaign period between now and February 2023. How do we ensure that things don't spin out of control? And my guest today is the convener of Nigerian Youth Decide, Dr. Utchay Odims, and we are looking at the place of youth in all of this. We'll be right back after this break. Yes, the program is Jigsaw. We're looking at the elections, the campaign period, and, of course, the place of Nigerian youth in all of this. Dr. Utchay Odims is our guest, and let's resume the discussions now. Let's look at the potential dangers we need to avert. First one that is staring us in the face is the situation of security in Nigeria. Just yesterday, somewhere in Anambra, I think I wrote the place down, somewhere in Anambra State, I think it's a place called Umuze in Orumba South local government area of Anambra State. Government ambushed soldiers, killed 5 soldiers and 1 civilian. And of course, we know that in the entire southeast region, for instance, consisting of about 5 states or so, there has been this general campaign, elections will not hold, and all of that. And in this atmosphere of insecurity, if soldiers can be ambushed, I mean, who says that on election day, and these are part of the campaign of these people, is that elections should not hold and all of that. What should we do to avoid this kind of thing?
Yeah, it's just where we find ourselves right now. There's a whole...
And we just started that one.
Yeah.
The general insecurity in the north is there. Banditry has not abated. We have not completely subdued Boko Haram. and all of that.
There's a lot going on, just a whole lot going on. That's why anybody that is coming to take over has to be somebody that has made up his mind to serve. Yeah. We don't need the slave master, slave kind of relationship. That's how we landed ourselves here. Because the truth is this, is that there's a place in the Bible that says, children, obey your father in the Lord. And it said, fathers, do not provoke. Yeah, so it's a two-way thing. Don't provoke. When an elderly person start behaving in such a way that it doesn't show care, it doesn't show empathy towards the people he's leading, and so you are expecting issues and all. These are the things that have been happening over the years. And that's why anybody that is going to come now should have this thing in his mind that is coming to serve. I don't think that anybody should come into government now for Bugarism. There's serious issues to take care of. Nobody should get into...
Finally that word find its way to Nigerian dictionary.
It's there, sir. It's not only Nigerian dictionary. I was in Ethiopia, I heard Buga. They were asking me what is Buga. I said, me, do we hear now? I don't know. So nobody should come in to assume the position of a lord. You are coming to serve. It's time to carry. You can never be the same.
Yeah. The reason why I actually asked you that question is that the so-called unknown government and the bandits are people within the age bracket of the youth.
Yeah, it's the youth actually.
Yeah,
it's the youth. So should be told.
Just whether
the unemployed youth,
whether they cannot just drop the gun for the purposes of embracing a process that should lead to change.
That's part of what we're doing. We're telling them, please calm down, embrace peace, embrace no violence and all the rest of it. That's why this word needs to go out to them, because you are carrying gun and you shoot one policeman or you do one thing or whatever, anybody that sheds blood will die. He that lives by the gun will die by the gun. So why waste your future? Why waste your future? We keep telling them that violence is not the solution. We know how probably this whole thing started, poverty, hunger, and now it has emanated to this, a lot of clashes around the country, but that is not the solution. It's something that we can sit on a round table. That's why I said anybody coming in should be a human being. I've not said this, I'm saying it here for the first time. Anybody assuming political leadership in 2023 should be a human being, not a lord. We don't need lords. We don't need slave masters. We don't need men that you cannot approach. Men that believe that the whole world is tied to them. We don't need that. We don't need money bags. We need men that can serve. If you are not ready to serve, forget about it. And that's the truth. In fact, there was something I was saying one time in the program. I said that one of the things, one of these African countries, I said one of the things that we need to institute across Africa, because of where we are right now, especially in Nigeria, is that when you get into political office, that's what they should sign in the act of Patriotism Act. Patriotism Act. That anybody that is in government and whatever, your children should not go abroad to school. Yes, never. Anybody that is in government, what they call it, should not have bogus security. This thing should be cut down. In fact, anybody that is a member that is serving in government should not go outside the country for medical treatment. You don't do that. Get all the hospitals in Nigeria. If you do that, let the House of Assembly. That's their job. They should start.
Unfortunately, you didn't give me the Nigerian youth agenda that you said you have.
I'll send it to you.
10-point agenda.
10-point agenda and everything. You know, you don't need to, because that's what's affecting. Because if I know that I'm a leader in Nigeria and I'm going to pass through the road from Lagos to Abeokuta, I will use road to go. I will make efforts to repair the road. But when I know there's an option, I'll fly. When I have headache, I'm going abroad. No, if you are coming to serve in developed countries, if you are serving, it's something that is like something of pride. I was on the aircraft the other day. I was flying from California to another state. I heard them announce that I've looked at. They found that nobody cared. There's a song that Michael Jackson sang. He said, "All I really want to say is that they don't really care about us." A lot of Nigerian youth, that's the song they are singing. They don't care. So why won't I? The young people are the ones doing all those things. So we are trying to reach out to them. Calm down. Calm down. These things will not help you. But the political elites should also help with what they are doing.
The campaigns will really be shaped by the youth. You know why?
Oh, yes.
They are the ones who will be the foot soldiers. They are the ones who will arrange. They are the ones who will form the bulk of the crowd that the candidates will be speaking to at political rallies and all of that. And then if you flip the coin, there are also the potential thugs that the candidates and the political parties who also want to recruit, either to use as forerunners to protect them when they go for campaigns, or use to deploy to disrupt opponents' political campaigns and all of that. How do we speak to that?
I wanted to say something before you now allowed me to say. Now, very well. No, about what you're saying. About what you're saying. Yeah. I wanted to say something that why would you, as a young man, allow yourself to be used as thugs that has the potential of wasting you? The question you ask yourself is that, Oga, you that is executing me as thug, your own children, where are they? Can all the political candidates or any of them that intends to recruit people use your own child as the leader, put him in front of the thuggery activity? Yeah, that's what you should reason. Their own children probably will be outside the country having fun while you are here killing yourself and the rest of it. They are using you as my dear. This period, see, on this election, some of you, if you are giving money to become thugs and the rest of it, collect the money. It's your money. But go and do the right thing. Don't get involved in any thuggery or whatever. That's what I'm going to say. Nobody should get involved in thuggery because he has not helped us. Nobody should do that because that doesn't have capacity of wasting your life. You that is a thug now. Okay, I was talking to a group of people at Bariga. It was one of our outreaches that we do. I was telling them
Bariga is in Lagos, so that properly situated so that people who are hearing
in Lagos and
don't know where Bariga is.
I was talking to them. I gathered them together. I was talking to them. I told them something. I said, now listen to me. As you are right now, there's no hope. We came here to give you guys relief. We came here to give you guys some skill and all the rest of it. But can I tell you something? You that I'm looking at, I turned to one of them. I say, you that I'm looking at right now, you can be the next governor of Lagos State. That I see great potential. One guy, a very smart guy, he's a police, he knows how to gather, put together. I said there are great potentials in you. The only thing you need is just a little bit or whatever. And as it is right now, I made up my mind. I'm going to see a way to pass you through some level of training or whatever. And along the line, I see you rising up to become a great man. Do you know this guy? After the whole thing, he came to me and said, sir, this is one of the best things that I've ever had. Meanwhile, according to what I heard, this guy is one of the Badowski. But what did I do? I looked into his future. I spoke into his future. And he saw that the future is very bright. I even gave him instances of some people that are in government today and whatever, that were formerly area boys, that are taxi drivers. I told him, I said, you can be a great man. Don't get involved. Somebody was not telling me later that guy is involved in a lot of funny stuff. And as I'm talking, I don't want to call his name. That guy right now is turning out right. He's gainfully employed. He has gained skill. Right now, he's doing things for people and the rest of it. So you see, one of the major things missing in Nigeria is vision. Wherever there's no vision, there's chaos, there's disaster. Young people want to see a new Nigeria. Young people want to see a Nigeria they can feature. Young people want to see a Nigeria that can embrace them so that they know that they have their collective interest at heart. That is the problem. There's no vision. So people are like, oh boy, let me do my own thing. Let me get my own money. But if there's a vision we are looking at, that is when a Nigerian can open his mouth like an American and say, God bless Nigeria. We need to get to that level. Okay. Where somebody gives person good money, he will say, good morning, sir, and God bless Nigeria. That's what we're looking at.
Is it possible to also have youth organizations that, instead of campaigning for candidates or political parties, will organize themselves and be campaigning for Nigeria, be campaigning for issues? You know, sensitize the people that when these people come, these are the kind of questions you should be asking them. These are the kind of issues that are bothering you that you should be placing before them, and ensure that you extract commitment from them on such issues. Is it possible to have youth organizations like that that are not campaigning based on membership for political parties or support for candidates?
Yeah.
Is it because in the real sense of it, there's no one candidate that is better than the other? Because there's virtually nobody that is justly to rule Nigeria now that has not been tested one way or the other. If you have tested this candidate one way or the other and you think he has done well, there are people who also feel that he may not have done well.
Yeah.
Exactly. So there's no candidate that has not gone through one public office or the other. So it is time to campaign on issues. Can we have youth organizations formed along that line who are campaigning based on that issue, who are just merely sensitizing people to ask questions along those lines and not campaigning for individuals and their political parties?
That's exactly what we are standing for. We're using
can't you have organizations like detach yourself from individuals and political parties?
Our organization is not attached to any individual. That's why and there are a couple of other organizations that are working with us. We're asking for more people to come. Let's join hands together and dwell on the issues. Anytime, I'm not a card-carrying member of anybody, no political party. We are dwelling on the issues that are plaguing us, not political party or anything. Because the earlier we get that, we understand that, the better. That's why we need a lot of support from a lot of people. We have set ourselves to say, you know what, we are going to drive this agenda and we're going to see a new Nigeria. Because we know if they are conscientized, if they are sensitized on the real issues and the rest of it, we are going to have a very good election. I see 2023 election as very, very peaceful by God's grace. If we can stay on this, keep engaging the young people, get into the communities, use the media, and a whole lot of tools that God has given to us, and all. We know it's going to work out, definitely.
I raised one issue much earlier on. One of the potential problems that we're likely to see, which may just make nonsense of the period that I thought should be a window, a very big window for Nigerians to be able to ask all the questions and seek all the answers. And that problem, which I talked about much earlier on, which I said we will discuss, has to do with the role of social media. And of course, we know that this is where people of your constituency are the major players. How do we ensure that social media, the use of social media is for the good of the country, particularly at this campaign period?
Yeah. The anybody that is playing down on social media, the person is not serious, because I hear some people say that people are on social media, they are whatever. The truth is this: is that those people that are on social media, they are the real life people. They are the thought shapers. They are the ones that arrange the thoughts of people around across board. And you cannot. Nigeria, where we are right now, that Nigeria is not driven by social media. Nigeria is. How you know? Let me give you an example. There are a couple of even protests that happened in some time ago and whatever, happened in a couple of places and whatever. You never had both NSAS, both all of them and whatever. Uncle Gbenga, some of them, it was never announced on AIT. It was never announced on Arise, never announced on NTA, never announced on channels. But guess what? On that day, you see thousands of people. How did they get information? Social media is powerful. That's why anybody that is contesting now, that is playing down on social media, is joking. In 2015, social media played a major role. Major. So most of our political elites go to social media and start driving the conversation. It's an open field. That's what they call social media warrior. Get your social media warrior. Whether you are APC, you are PDP, you are Labour, you are NNPP, you are NRP, whatever. Get your social media warriors and get them to stay on the conversation. Very important. Social media has power. How you know social media has power is the social media now, without your announcement, without anything, they can say tomorrow by 1 o'clock we are having a movement in front of Unity Fountain, opposite Transcorp. Tomorrow by 1 p.m. you'll be so shocked. You see the crowd that will appear there.
Or just hashtag an issue.
Just hashtag an issue.
And drop it.
End of discussion. So you can't countenance social media.
That's why it is also a dangerous.
It's also dangerous. It's dangerous.
So how do we avert the misuse of it?
We just keep whatever, like what we are doing right now. We are on social media doing a whole lot. You just keep staying on the issues. You just keep staying on the issues. That's it. Because you cannot force anybody. You can't. Yeah. It's a choice.
But you should have a message. You should have a message to your members who are the real users of social media, on the need to be aware of the consequences of the negative use of social
impact.
media.
We keep telling
if something has not happened, don't say it has happened.
Yes, it's wrong, very wrong. Because it can actually lead to chaos. That can even lead to loss of life and the rest of it. We tell them that stay on the issues. Forget about fake news. I mean, fake news is so prevalent and all. I mean, forget about fake news and all, and stay on the issues. And again, I want to say something too. If there's a news that comes out on the social media and it's not fake, I would like to advise, let's accept that it's not fake. That's another thing. Another thing again. Because some people believe that whatever they say is fake. Their power is not being recognized and all the rest. Something that is fake, let's agree that is real. Let's agree that is real. Something that is fake, let's agree that is fake. Let there be two whatever about that.
Would you suggest that government and probably all the agencies should strengthen the regulation of the use of the social media? Because we cannot say we cannot regulate social media.
No, the social media is a blessing. They should regulate.
How do we regulate it?
They should regulate it. I support the regulation, but the issue there is this: is that
not to curtail its use, but to regulate its use.
Thank you, sir. The issue there is this: is that most people within the social media space, which of course we are privileged to know a lot of them across the country and all, is that they believe that the regulation they are talking about, especially from government, some people from government and the rest of it, is the one that will stifle them from saying the truth. No, they are not going to accept that. If the one about carrying fake news and whatever, having penalty on it is fine. But that thing that you are calling fake news, hope is not fake news. That's another thing. So another thing again is that some people, they believe, most people in social media space believe that if you are telling us not to whatever, some people don't want to gag us, not to say the truth, not to whatever. No, don't let them feel that you want to gag them. If it's the truth, I accept that it's the truth. If government makes mistake, government should accept. Government is not perfect. It's not perfect. In fact, it's because of this perfect attitude, this slave master lord attitude that is making
the government is infallible.
Yeah, exactly. No, everybody is fallible. Everybody. Even the religious institution, they make mistake. Everybody is fallible. You're a government official, you make mistake. If they put something on you, they say that you ate so amount of money, and probably you're not the one that ate it, it's your cousin, because you are genuine. It's your cousin, not you, or your friend that ate it and whatever. First of all, resign. Then let's now look at it at the court of law and all the rest of it. Not if they say that you collected money and they have evidence, you appear and say no, it's a lie. You call it fake news. The social media will come after you. So most times the government has not given them enough reason for them to trust them. If they give them enough reason why you should trust them, why not? Regulation of social media is very important. You post a fake news, you should be court-martialed and all. I accept that, but not when the news is real. You are seeing something is white, you are saying it's black. It's not going to work. They will not accept that, because they also want their freedom too, and they want to do what is right.
All right, Dr. Utchay Odims, our time is spent here. Let me just give you the opportunity of a final appeal to Nigerian youth as we go into the campaigns proper. We'll see the good, the bad, and the ugly. What is your final advice to Nigerian youth? Okay, my advice is this: Nigerian youth, we are at the brink of a major turnaround, for good or for bad. God forbid that we don't have a country called Nigeria. In fact, the truth of the matter is this: that if we don't get it right, if Nigeria has if there's a problem in Nigeria, no country can contain us. Not even a neighboring country. Nobody can stay. Let's not even think about that. Please, this is our country. This is where we have our pride. This is what we call our nation. Let's stay on the issues. On behalf of myself, Dr. Utchay, please, nobody should buy your vote. Vote for your conscience.